Hello, movie lovers.
Goodness gracious me.
It's Friday,
I have a bad feeling about this.
and you're with Bob. Yeah, the guy from Canada, Cosburn Avenue. He's here to talk about the movies he watched this week. So let's get started. Let's see. Rogue. I watched Rogue on Netflix. Yeah, when a hostage rescue goes RE, which means fucked up, a team of mercenaries must fend off both vigilante poachers and a dangerous animal in a remote part of Africa. Stars Megan Fox. Megan Fox, right? So they go off to rescue a girl, and they find three of them. So they have to take three of them along with them. Then it gets messed up from there. And then they end up in this little area where there used to be lions and tigers and animals and stuff. So, yeah. It's an interesting movie. It's not bad. If you haven't seen it on Netflix, go ahead and watch it. I gave it a 7. It was interesting. Yeah, I gave it a 7. I gave it a big 7. Now, I watched this here from this one I got for my Christmas present this year. The Mission Impossible movies. Well, I watched the first one. Of course, I've seen it before. Very, very good movie. I like Mission Impossible. Tom Cruise does very good movies. This one's, well, what's his name? Phelps? Jim Phelps? Yeah. Well, I ain't gonna tell you too much about this one because, you know, probably ruin it for you if you haven't seen it. So we can't really discuss it too much, but it's Cruise, and it's a Mission Impossible movie. And what did I give it? I gave it an 8. They're pretty, most of these movies, Mission Impossible movies, are an 8. A good 7 or 8. They're all good. I have to pick out which one I like the best. I don't know yet. I don't know. I haven't seen them all. But I don't think I've seen number 5 and 6. I might have seen 5, but I don't remember. So I gotta watch them all. I'm gonna watch them all anyway. Just don't know when or how, or not how. What am I talking about? I don't know when. I'm gonna watch them all, but I don't know when. All right, what else did I watch? Oh, I watched this, Hard to Kill. Yeah, 1990. Steven Seagal and Kelly LeBrock. Kelly LeBrock, weren't they married? Or didn't they get married? Yeah, Kelly LeBrock, good looking girl. This is 30 years ago, yeah. When Steven Seagal first started making movies in the late 80s, early 90s, he did some that are not too bad. They're interesting and they're very well done, and they have a lot of, kung fu, jiu-jitsu, and all that stuff in them. And you can tell that Steven Seagal that's going around bouncing people over, through the floor and through the windows and all that stuff. This one, he's a cop, and he's finds some film and sound on this guy, right, that's hiring the gangsters to kill people for him and stuff like that. So they find out that the bad cops, of course, there's always bad cops, mostly these movies, let alone Steven Seagal's, right? So the bad cops, they'll tell this guy, and the word's out that they gotta go kill this cop. So they blast their way into his bedroom and starts shooting. He shot his wife with a shotgun, blew her away in the bed, and shot him a couple times. He ends up going in the hospital. They say he's dead, but they come back and say, no, he's actually alive. And his cop buddy says, don't tell anybody. So he stays in the hospital for like 7 or 8 years, right? Yeah, they're laying in bed, right? So he wakes up and then shit starts happening. But it's not a bad movie. 7. I gave it a 7. Steven Seagal. All right, what else did I watch? Oh, I watched this one on TCM. Tarzan's New Adventures, 1938, I think it was. But it was taken from 1935 serial with Herman Bricks as a serial, right? But I don't know how many episodes that serial had. Probably anywhere between 11 to 15. But if you sat through the show for all these episodes, don't you put just the episodes together? We're talking hours. So this one was only, what, an hour and 5 to 10 minutes? It wasn't very long. But yeah, he searches for his missing friend. So it's boring. I gave it a 5. Nah, I wouldn't watch that again. I watched it because I never saw it before, right? But I gave it a 5. I'm sitting there going, this is a little boring. But anyway, oh, okay, now I watched Charlie's Angels, right? From, what is it, last year? Pretty sure it's last year, 2019. Kristen Stewart and Naomi Scott. I wasn't too crazy over this movie. I didn't like the Bosley, Patrick Stewart stuff and all that, you know. We all get old, we all have to retire, right? So, you know, if you haven't seen it, you don't know what I'm talking about. But anyway, it just, I gave it a 6. Charlie's Angels, right? So, it's just, if it wasn't called Charlie's Angels, you could call it anything you wanted to call it. Just one of those movies, right? Take away the title and it could be Jimmy's 3 Friends or something. So that's, you know, it gets a 6. No big smeal. You want to watch it, go ahead. Like I said, there's a little bit of action in it, so that part's all right. And I watched this one, Rocketman, 2019 Rocketman. What's his name? Taron Egerton and Jamie Bell? No. No. Starts the movie off, they're all singing. He's about 10 years old. His mom and dad is not getting along together. You know, all this shit. Normal thing about people over in England, all their moms and dads, they're always fighting, getting drunk and smoking cigarettes. No, people, they don't do that. Everybody doesn't do that. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. So he's singing, he's running around singing in the neighborhood up and down the streets. He's 10 years old. And he's actually singing words that, you know, words from a song that was like 20 years later. So I didn't get that. And, you know, I'm thinking maybe this should be called Bernie Taupin's, you know, movie about him. And, you know, it just didn't work for me. And then years later down the road, did they forget everything, how he got to Troubadour, right? The Blues Project, or when he was in the blues band. And they didn't mention any of that. I was disappointed in that. They just had him writing songs. The next thing you know, he's got a hit album. Though his first album didn't, what was it called? Blue Skies or Empty Skies or something? The blue album with the sky all over it? Yeah, well, I seen that down in Sam the Record Man when it first came out. I think it was, well, not when it first came out, when Your Song album came out, right? The gray album, like with Your Song on it. I still got my album I bought then. I still have it. I'm not sure if I got the other one, Blue Skies or Empty Skies or something like that. But yeah, they were side by side, each other, right? One there, one there. So I can't remember if I bought both of them. But yeah, it was $3.69 for an album. I bought Your Song. But that's another topic. Yeah, so he's singing, then he's in the Troubadour and he starts singing Crocodile Rock. And that threw me way off, right? I'm going, Crocodile Rock? When was Crocodile Rock out? I don't know. It wasn't out in 1970. So why are they doing Crocodile Rock? He's bouncing around on the piano and everybody's dancing, and no, that didn't work for me either. And it just didn't do it for me. 5. I gave it a 5. It wasn't that great. Never liked it. And I don't know. How do you guys feel about Rocketman? You know, as old as I am, some of this stuff going, I don't think that's not the way I remember it. But anyway. Anyway, Rocketman, yeah, 5. All right, what else have I watched? TCM, The Strange Affair of Uncle Harry. Here's a movie for you. Am I focused all right? Should be. George Sanders, yeah. Yeah, he's a designer devoted to his unmarried sisters, decides to marry and find his future imperiled. He's got a couple of ding-dong sisters, right? They kind of like hold on to him like they're in love with the guy, right? You know, they do everything for him. And when he wants to do something, he wants to get married or something like that, his sister gets sick in bed, and pretend she's dying so he doesn't get married. It's a real strange movie. And they had to change the ending of it because it didn't work well with the censorship, right? So, yeah, the ending was not very good. So it gets a 6. And I probably wouldn't watch that again either. Once is enough. If you ever watch it all the way through and see the ending, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Oh, here's a really good movie. The Miracle Worker, right? The Miracle Worker. This was on TCM2 also, I think it was. 1962. A visually challenged teacher, which is she can hardly see. She can see, but not that great, right? Educates a blind and deaf girl, teaching her sign language while fending off her overproductive parents, right? She goes to this big house. The kid's about 10 years old, and she does whatever the hell she wants. Supper time, she walks around from plate to plate and eats people food right off their plate, right? Yeah, and then she basically does whatever she wants. So then the teacher ends up there, and she's teaching her, right, sign language and how to behave properly, and it's a very good movie. What do I give it? I give it a big 7. It's a big 7. If you haven't seen The Miracle Worker, Patty Duke and Anne Bancroft, seek it out and watch it. You'll like it. Trust me. All right, here's another one I watched on TCM, Friendly Persuasion. A movie I always wanted to get, actually own, but I never have. I never got it for some reason. I still don't own it. I've seen it numerous times over the years. From 1956, starring Gary Cooper and Dorothy McGuire. It's about a Quaker family, right? Right? They shall not hit anybody, yell, scream, holler, swear, take the Lord's name in vain, and all that kind of stuff, right? Well, the Civil War is catching up to them, right? And, you know, they have a young son, so he thinks that he should go off and at least put up a fight, so these Confederates, right, don't end up in their town. So now their mother really doesn't want the son to go, but he has to go. He has no choice in the matter. He has to go protect his farm. If he doesn't protect his farm and everybody else's farms, the Confederates are going to come to their farm and take everything, right? So that's what this is about. So a very well done movie, 1956. A big 8, nice movie, great movie. Gary Cooper. Fun too. Parts in it about racing horses, right, to church. And this sad parts too. Yeah. What else is there? Oh yeah. I Love You Again, 1940. TCM again. A stuffy married man who is about to be divorced discovers that he once had amnesia, and he was a con artist. So he sets about re-wooing his wife. He's had amnesia for like 9, 7, or 8 years. So he gets punched in the head, knocked out, and he wakes up and he's back to where he was 7 or 8 years ago. It's hilarious. Anyway, it's William Powell, Minor Lowe, and Frank McHugh. Now, what's her name? William Powell and Myrna Lowe? Yeah, I think that's how you say her name. I butcher everybody's name. I treat them all the same. They've made 13 or 14 movies together, right? You know, The Thin Man, mostly the series The Thin Man, right? So yeah, this one I gave it a 6. It's okay. It's good for a giggle. What else did I watch? Oh, I watched another movie on Netflix. It's called A Simple Favor. There's, parents to go to school, right? And one parent meets up with another girl, and they talk and chat and see each other after school, and they have play dates and drink, wine together and stuff like that, right? So, yeah. And then one day, one of them, the girl, what's her name? I think it's Blake Lively character. Tall, good-looking blonde. Asked the other girl, right? I forget her name now, of course, Bob. To look after her son for her, right? So she says, yeah, of course, they've done this, they did this, and all this shit, right? So an hour, a couple hours later, she's not back. Then 2 or 3 days go by, and she's not back, and then it's like, where the heck did she's not coming around. So they send out for the cops, and they say she's missing and all this stuff, right? So Yeah, it's an interesting movie. It's all right. It's okay. I gave it what I give it. I gave it a 6. You know, it's okay. If I like, I wouldn't watch it again. I wouldn't buy it. I'm not gonna buy it. I won't watch it. I've seen it once, and this one's good enough on Netflix. So yeah, 6. It's all right. I don't, you know, I'm not saying I recommend to watch it or go do this or do that, but if you come across it, it's okay. It's okay for a watch if you got nothing to do, or you've seen everything on Netflix. Watch A Simple Favor. All right, what else did I watch? Oh, I watched this one, Birds of Prey. Margot Robbie, yeah, 2020. 2020, what a bad year, right? Anyway, it's Joker's girlfriend, right? Now she's not the Joker's girlfriend anymore, right? So word gets out. So she can't get away with all the shit that she used to get away with, right? So, anyway. She comes across the fact that the Black Hand's looking for this little girl that stole a diamond. Of course, the little girl swallowed it, right? She swallowed it. So they're all searching for this little girl. It's lots of fun. Nothing wrong with this movie at all. It's fun. It's a giggle. It's a laugh. Yeah, and there's lots of action in it, you know? Kicking and people getting hit with baseball bats and punched in the nuts and, yeah, kicked in the balls and all that stuff. That's fun. Anyway, what did I give it? I gave it a 7. It's okay. You can watch this one again next year. Don't watch Rocketman though. All right, what else did I watch? So, oh yeah, another one on Netflix. Double World, it's called, 2020. Keen to bring honor to his clan, or their clan. 3 people set out to go do a battle with everybody else, all the other clans, to end up who the top dogs are, right? So, it's all right. It's a lot of, kung fu and sword fighting, you know, swords. Yeah, so it's all right. 7. Another movie, oh yeah, it's got subtitles. I see, you gotta pay attention. You gotta watch the screen and watch the subtitles at the same time. You gotta focus the words right in your brain and read them as they go by. So there you go. How do I look? I don't look too bad. Like my shirt, Maple Leafs, Toronto Maple Leafs, people. Yep, right here. Toronto Maple Leafs starting up. So Saturday is going to be an exhibition game, kind of Blues against the Whites, right? So it's, you know, it's just a hockey game. Next Wednesday, they start for real. Toronto and Montreal. I don't like Montreal. I'm a Toronto Maple Leaf fan through and through, fucking thick. Yeah, okay, so where was I? Enough of that. Leafs, yeah, go Leafs, go. Oh, what else did I? Oh, I watched Robert the Bruce. Yeah, I watched it on Crave TV here. You know, I pay monthly to watch movies. I do watch movies on Crave. Robert the Bruce. Robert the Bruce renews his fever for his nationalistic cause after bonding with Angus, I don't know, bonding with somebody. It's a very boring movie, okay? Yeah, most of the time he's hiding in the woods, hiding in the cave, walking through the snow. And at the beginning of the movie, he sends everybody home and says it's over. There's no more fighting, right? Then he comes across this family, right, in the woods in a cabin and stuff, and they fix him up and they take their arrow out of his chest and right makes him better, and he's there, and then he finds out that some people are looking for him. They're coming to where he's at to get him, and they're going to kill him. And Scotland, all the stuff I got the Robert the Bruce book here. Is about that thick, man. I bought it years ago. I haven't read it yet. But anyway, Scotland, man. If you don't stab somebody in the back, your brother, maybe not your brother, I don't know, but your neighbor right down the lane there or down the road is going to stab you in the back. Scotland, they always had these Scottish guys stabbing each other in the back. What did I give that? I gave it a 6. Want to watch it, go ahead, but that's another one I won't be watching again. Robert the Bruce. And I don't think I'm going to set out to buy it either. All right, what else? Oh, well, this one. Where is it? Okay. Jay, if you're watching this video, it's you that got me to watch this movie this week. Yeah. Yeah, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. This movie's hilarious. It's a riot. This movie goes through the first 2/3, maybe a little bit more, as nonchalant, right? It's a great movie. Things happen. It's a good story. Everything's going along fine, right? And then all of a sudden, it's like knock, knock on the door gets kicked open, and some guy walks in with a gun and says he's doing work for the devil. And shit happens. It's friggin' hilarious. It's a riot. Yeah. I don't mind watching this one again. I'll probably watch it again in the summer or next month or sometime down the road. 2019, right? I gave it a 9. Thanks, Jay. Anyway, this one here, Fences. What was this, 2016? Something like that. Yeah, 2016. Denzel Washington and Viola Davis. About a regular old man, right, that works on a garbage truck. He goes home on a Friday night and gets loaded, drunk, right? And then the rest of the week he doesn't drink. Him and his son are building a fence out in the backyard, taking them forever to build this goddamn fence, right? Now, his son wants to play football, right, for the school. Dad says he can't do it. He has to work at the grocery store. It's one of those kind of movies, right? But it's very well done. Yeah, Dad's yelling at everybody, and, you know, they're all scared shitless of Dad. And the other son, the oldest son, walks in, he wants to borrow $10. Anyway, and then later on down the road, something really serious happens. And his life and his wife's life and everybody's lives has changed forever. I won't tell you what that is, because I don't want to spoil it for you. This is a very well done movie. If you haven't seen it, this one Bob recommends highly. I give it a big 8 out of 10.
Why didn't we just go to light speed?
I don't know. That's it. Movies I watched this week. Oh, I got 99% of my Christmas stuff is down, packed away for another year. And it'll be here before you know it. Yep, I got 99%. I haven't got it in the basement storage yet, but I might be picking up a couple of bins, you know, those red or green bins with the the plastic stuff. Getting a couple of those, because the boxes I got are kind of wearing down after 7 or 8 years. So yeah, so Kelly's picking up a couple of bins, and then I'll be putting them downstairs in the basement. So that's it for Christmas. I do hope everyone had a Happy New Year, for what it's worth, and y'all stay at home with your family, and I hope y'all stay safe. I'll talk to you next week. Go Leafs, go.